Hello and welcome back to Planet Crafter, playing on the Aqualis moon, which is beautiful and pretty well terraformed. We are in a little bit of a bottleneck. I just called this down, hold on. We got some fuses here. We're in a little bit of a bottleneck where it's really just terraformation score that we need in order to just fully terraform the planet. That's kind of our remaining goal. So in the meantime, I'm loading up our extraction rocket to prepare for the next planet, because we might as well just be prepared. I'm gonna put, so I need this this extraction platform in here. We're gonna go this. And we probably want enough for this interplanetary travel rocket as well. So we need blue, yellow, green, bunch of fusion cells too. We'll handle that later though. For now, our terraformation index is moving 190 GTIs. I'm going to show you right now. I think we need basically one. I think what's after gigatera. So because look, 9.13. Actually, it might be 2 GTIs, isn't it? Anyway, we need a bunch more is the point. Since we did get these 2 oxygen multipliers, we can drop it into the second multiplier, fuse multiplier slot over here next to these tree spreaders. I think we can also make more tree spreaders if we want to. Each of these can optimize 8 machines. Currently we have 5, so we can make 3 more machines and have them optimized if we want to. And I think we might as well. That's the thing that's moving the needle the most right now with our terraformation index and terraformation score. Yeah, 151. Beginning of the last episode, we were at 5. I keep saying that, but I mean, that's a huge, huge increase. We can make those trees. It doesn't really cost all that much to make the tree seeds or make the tree spreaders, and it really does have an impact. So let's just do it now, do it early. We'll make all 3 of them. We'll max out the slots there. So 3 tree barks. We're gonna need super alloys. We should have enough for this. Okay. Bacteria is fine. Now the zeolite is definitely fine, and the fertilizer we should also be fine, or at least close. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep. Good. We can make the tree spreaders right now. We'll run over, do that. Here we go. We'll put them on the, I guess we'll put them over here as a cluster. 1, 2, 3. These should be well within the range. Let's just kind of make sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in range. Got to make the tree seeds now. Kind of annoying because it takes so long, but it's not, oops, it's not the end of the world. It is just mutagens primarily. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3. That's enough T1 mutagens. Now I need to make T2 mutagens, which I always forget the recipe for. Okay, that's enough T1 mutagens. T2 mutagens. Gosh, I always forget the recipe for this one. I should auto-craft it. I usually do, but common larva and honey. 3. Honey's not a problem. Common larva, I can just go outside and grab them, but I think we have... Okay, we have 1. I'm going to go outside and grab them. They should just be spawning naturally on the ground, I assume. You know what? I might be wrong, but I see they're definitely spawning here. So let's teleport over to the shells. We haven't been there in a little while anyway. We can appreciate the beauty. Come over here, jump to the giant shells, and then we assume that down here, we're going to start to see some larvae spawning, because that's where it's telling me they're spawning. I know they don't spawn while you're flying. I'm just trying to get over to this little island over here, which is apparently where they want to spawn. Remember, we can make those larva harvesters if it requires us to. Let me just see if they naturally spawn. I kind of assume that they do. I'll walk around for a little bit. Huh. You know, no larva spawning here. I definitely saw larva spawn before. Where was that? It was possibly over there in the silkworm. Let's go try that. All right, let's try the silkworms. This area looks different. I don't remember if this is where I saw the larva, though. I kind of feel like it might have been at the top of a cliff or something. The cliffs here. I mean, I see butterflies is a good sign, right? But no. What over here where there's grass? All right, that was a whole bunch of striking out, ladies and gentlemen. I did not find any larva spawning. Just totally nothing. I swear I've seen larva spawning before. Let me just check this one last time. We can create larva with T3 mutagens. Okay, I mean that's not horrible. We can just craft the larva. So we'll go here. 3 of that. We have 1 sulfur. We need 2 more sulfur, and we need nitrogen. That's really not too. All right, here's the larva. We need. Okay, we have our T3 mutagen. So now for the larva, we need phytoplankton B and T2 fertilizer. We should have phytoplankton B, no problem. And then the fertilizers, we should have a couple hanging around here. If not, I know where to get them. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. We can get the larva. And then with the larva, we can make the T2. So... okay. And now I just need tree bark. Jeez, that was... that was a lot of effort to do something that isn't all that impactful, to be honest with you. But this is the Triox tree seed that now we are going to have to wait for. And there we go. I could make a second or third DNA manipulator. We don't have to do that for now. It's kind of fine. We should have another... we should have one of these that came down that has some resources that I want. Yeah, you know what? I think it was that because I wanted to make... some fusion energy cells, but I need some pulsar quartz for that. I'm gonna give it a second, wait until these get crafted, and then I'll cut back in. Although before I do, something's rumbling. Oh no, never mind. Something's rumbling, I was gonna say, which usually means a new island. I'm gonna see if there's any new islands. That might be new down here. Otherwise, I don't think I see any new islands. So I'll let this run for a bit. I'll get all 3 tree seeds. I'll show you guys putting them in and show you the increase in oxygen, and then we'll keep going. Okay, a little bit of time passed. We have 2 out of the 3 tree seeds. We're going to put the 3rd one in. They take kind of forever, but we can at least put these 2 in not to waste time. We are... let me see. We are really heavily bottlenecked still by Terraformation Index. I think, honestly, we just are going to need to let them sit for a bit and then come back to this planet after it's fully terraformed, potentially. So this might be the last episode for now of Aqualis. We'll go to the new Poisonous Planet DLC after this, and then we'll come back after the Poisonous Planet before... you know, while we're waiting for the next DLC after that, and we'll go back and visit each of the planets one more time to view the final terraformation stage of each one. See the animals, the unique animals that we've missed on each one, that sort of thing. We'll kind of do that at the end if that's the case. Because otherwise, we're just kind of waiting. We're at 205 million up here in oxygen. Oxygen is the one that's moving. We could increase heat and pressure as well, but they move a lot slower than oxygen does. Oxygen is such a compounding factor with the fuses, the tree seeds, and the satellites bonuses that we have, that for these guys to catch up to the impact that oxygen is making, it would require a ton of effort. So again, with natural life moving, the next step is to complete terraformation, which kind of is what it is. So hopefully in this episode we can reach natural life, if not, and see the unique animal. If not, we are going to come back and we'll see it regardless. I've been loading up the extraction rocket just in case. I have enough right now for the extraction platform as well as the interplanetary shuttle, this guy. With those 2 things, I pretty much have the ability to get any resources I need at that point, so it matters less. As long as I have those 2 things, it matters less if I have everything else fully thought out. Regardless, I am going to put most of the materials for my drone station in there, so osmium, fusion, super alloy, 2 circuit boards. I'm missing a circuit board, but I don't have enough... I think aluminum is what I'm missing for another circuit board. So that's fine. I can be most of the way there. The only other thing that I really want to bring, like make sure I bring, is enough pulsar quartz for, and super alloy for, I would say 2 fusion reactors. That way energy is really not as big of an issue for us, at least early game. It doesn't last us very long, 2 fusion reactors, but it's enough that we can get started. I should have this guy landing soon, which is going to carry 8 pulsar quartz with it. Oh, sorry, it just, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gives us 10 total, 4 pulsar quartz and 5 super alloy. Oh, sorry, 5 pulsar. So we actually, that's perfect. We have 10, so we have 2 nuclear fusion generators worth of pulsar. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 5 super alloys. So if we get 3 more super alloy, we'll be good to go. That gives us pretty much all the materials we need for those base things. I do always like to bring a food grower. Let's just do that. So I'm gonna get 1 more super alloy. We need a water, and I am going to fill the inventory with a little bit of water in general. And then we need 1 T1 fertilizer and bean seeds, which is what I usually bring, and that's fine. I do need to fill my inventory with a little bit of food, but we'll handle that in a second. T1 fertilizer. And then the only other thing that I'd like to bring just in case is enough for the most part for an extraction rocket. Problem is we need this, which is great. So we actually have most of that. I think we also need, hold on. I think we also need fusion energy cells, which is definitely a problem. We just don't have enough. Just don't have enough for it. Just get 4 fusion energy cells. By the time this comes back in 10 minutes, we'll be pretty good to go. Just make sure there's nothing else here. I just like bringing the extraction rocket just in case. If I get stranded, it would make it interesting, I guess. But okay, so 2 fusion energy. I'm gonna get super alloy, rocket engine, and osmium as well. Okay, good. So we have pretty much everything we could possibly need. Throw that in there just in case. I mean, I feel pretty good about this, guys. Just about the only other thing I could think of is to grab maybe a Shriox seed and take it with us. I think I will do that just so that we have a tree seed, and if we drop down a plant grower, we would be good. We'd be good to go at that point. So what I'll do is, instead of placing that last Shriox tree seed, I'm just going to keep it in my inventory. And that way we can just, help with terraformation score quick from the beginning. I might even just going to deconstruct one of these as well and put it in my inventory. Okay, there you go. So now as soon as I get the 2 fusion cells from this guy coming down, I am ready to go to the next one. Again, I'm planning on coming back here once it's fully terraformed to see what everything... That's clearly not what I wanted to do. Okay. To see what everything looks like. But here's what I think we're going to do for the rest of this episode. And, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I'm going to go around to some of these other areas that I know I haven't been to. For example, I know this just recently popped up right here. I want to make sure that this is nothing. I do want to make my way over to here as well and see this. And I probably want to see this. Just make sure we're not missing anything on this platform. I'm going to keep my inventory full. I'm really not planning on picking up anything, which is fine. The closest one to us here is probably this phosphorus. We'll go up this way. This is really just a... Oh, this is yellow light, right? This is really just a kind of one last exploration for now until we temporarily go to the other locations and then come back here after it's fully terraformed. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see this way. I swear that these islands, this island right here, and I think this just popped up. It looks like we actually can get across that way. So sorry, I gotta go back this way. I gotta go up on top. It is seemingly a lot more green than it was previously. How do I get up here? Alright, we might be making some progress. Alright, getting closer. Can I make this jump? I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Okay, good. We're on this guy and this guy. These things, like I said, they just They just spawned in not long ago. We can get up a level by going this way, I think. Although this seems fairly hacky. I can't imagine that this is... Well, they made this bridge. They made this bridge for a reason. Okay. So here's some quasar quartz. So this is why... And... solar quartz. Okay, this is naturally spawning quartzes. It's actually really cool. I wish I had enough for a teleporter. To put a teleporter up here, because this is I think like every type of quartz up here, which is actually really cool. So this was a good find. This was a pretty interesting find for sure. Lots of chests and stuff. I don't really need any of it right this second. Again, I'm happy to come back here and check it out. Let's just see if there's anything else I would like to see up here. I would like to see over here. Let's go over this way. Just check it out before we end up kind of calling it. I like the beauty of Aqualis. I would say Aqualis might be one of the most, if not the most beautiful of the planets. Just feels like there's a lot of really scenic overlooks and stuff like that. We're gonna go to this little circle area. I don't think this is gonna be anything. Then we'll skip home. Well, no. Then we'll head over to the right and just double check up here, see it to make sure we see everything up here, and then we're gonna call it a day on this episode. Call it a day on Aqualis, and next episode we're gonna be moving on to, I don't know the name of the toxic planet, but we're gonna move on to the name of whatever that toxic planet is. All right, I was pretty sure that I had been here before, and I didn't see anything. I'm again pretty sure that I've been here and didn't see anything. It's really pretty. I love the coral reef and all. It's cool, and this would be a great material extraction point for the uncommon larva. We're closer to over here than we are to home, so let's just keep moving. I do want to just go up top here one final time. I feel like in like the first episode of Aqualis, I might have checked it out, but I can't remember for sure. And there looks like some pretty cool trees and stuff up there. This was one of the early geographic features that that popped up. I don't anticipate there being any like real crazy materials up here either way. Yeah, you know what? This looks really familiar. I think I explored this not too long ago. This looks climbable. These are always climbable. I don't remember seeing this before. Ooh, yeah, no, I don't think I was up here. Oh, this is, again, it's really pretty. Aqualis is consistently pretty. I think this is the third. I think this is the third place now I said would make an excellent base. Just sheer kind of like beauty. Different trees too, green trees, and some naturally spawning osmium. Now this is the first cave that we've seen in Aqualis. Not really a true cave. This is one of the first actual caves I think I've seen at Aqualis. So there is osmium here. So there is all of the base resources available in limited quantities. That's what I'm getting here. So you could come to Aqualis without anything and actually be fairly effective here. It would be a grind. It would be really difficult. It would probably be really fun, but it is absolutely possible. I like the look of. Oh, this is just more coral. I was gonna say I like the look of this. Look, another different colored tree. Yellow leaves now. Is this bioplastic? Yeah, bioplastic's up here. And this is an organic extractor, which means if I had the organic extractor, I could put it here. That would actually make this fairly well worth it, because I would be able to extract bioplastic nuggets instead of create them. That would be really cool. Bioplastic nuggets generally aren't really an issue for me, but especially prior or before I got all of my manufacturing facilities set up, extraction of bioplastic nuggets could be really, really useful. All right, I'm gonna head back to the main base. I'll cut back in when I get there. All right, we are back home. So I'm feeling pretty good about this, guys. I think, like I said, this is going to call a wrap on currently Aqualis. We're going to come back here. I really do want to see it once it does reach full and complete terraformation and see if there's anything different. And I'm sure I missed something. There's a cave somewhere. There's a hidden Easter egg on this planet somewhere, and I do want to find it. But for the sake of keeping this series moving along and you guys not seeing kind of the same monotony in episodes, I'm going to move on to the DLC that just released. I think it's more timely anyway. You guys probably want to see it. So last episode in Aqualis. Next episode, we're going to that new planet, and I got to figure out the name, so I stopped calling it New Planet. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.